Hi, beautiful Pisces. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Pisces, I want to start with apologizing a little bit if the microphone is picking up the sound of they're just doing some landscaping out here. I waited for a bit when they were really, really close, and now they're a little bit farther away, but I feel like we still hear them, so I do apologize for that. Pisces, this is your love reading. I wanted to do a specific love reading for romance because we have Venus moving into Leo. It has already moved into Leo. It did that on the 5th of June, and it's going to stay there until October. So it's a really long time that Venus is going to have an effect because it's in Leo for that amount of time. Usually Venus moves in and out of each sign in about a month, but because it stays so long, it's going to have a real impact on the collective, I feel. And it's going to be due to that, but also a lot of other things going on in the ethers at the same time. And it's obviously not just for romantic love. It's all about the heart. It's all about the creativity, passion, any new projects that you want to start, anything that just really feels beautiful and really feels like it's it has vitality, it has life force. All of those things is going on with Venus in Leo. But there's a good foundation for actual love to meeting someone if that's interesting, and also for committed Pisces if you want some guidance there. And I just want to say, because you're single doesn't mean that you necessarily want to meet someone. So this is particularly for single Pisces if you're looking for a partner, okay? And I also want to say that I do offer personal readings, at least for right now. You can do them for love, you can do them for career, for health, for whatever you want, or a mix of all of it. If you're interested in that, please send me a message. You find the mail in the description box. Okay, for Pisces, and this is not, I'm not going to look at any time frame like within the message. It's just a time frame June until October. What do we have for Pisces? For both committed and singles, please. From June till October of 2023. Pisces love. Romantic love, that is. So this could be so much about connecting with people that you feel like profound love with, like new friendships and all of that. But we're going to specifically focus on the romantic type of love here, today at least. It's taking a moment. Nope. Pisces love. There you go. Well-deserved reward is the first one that comes out. Love for Pisces. You know, it took a moment for Aquarius as well. So maybe there's a connection. If you have a connection with Aquarius somehow, some way. Because I feel like all the other signs really came out smoothly. But it took a moment for Aquarius, I remember. This is coming out smoothly as well. It's just, it takes a little bit longer. So maybe you feel this in your life, like something is taking a moment. We just wanted to we want to get it right. We want to get it organized before it comes out. If you're single, you don't want to meet a person, you want to meet the person, right? If you're committed and you're going through something right now that you're dealing with, you don't just want to deal with it and get over with it. You wanted to get it right. And so as I say that, let's see if the cards are starting to come out faster. Actually, I saw this. It flipped a little bit, but it didn't come out. But now it actually came out, so it was supposed to be here. Your darkest fears. We're dealing with your darkest fears. And the second 9 on the table. So I have 9, 9 there. And we have, wow, Blossom. Upgraded version of Pisces. And we're just going to clarify the first card here and before we really get into the energies. So well-deserved reward. Why is that here for Pisces, please? In terms of love. There you go. Wow. Seven of Gabriel and Ace of Gabriel. This is just really beautiful. It's a lot of orange. A lot of orange going on. So I would say that that is so much about, I mean, this is love. It's romantic love, but this is so much about your sacral chakra, your sacral energy center, which is about your creativity, your sexuality, your kundalini rising, if you will, like your where you find the flow in your life, where you feel like things are just moving smoothly ahead. That is probably coming a lot to life for you, Pisces, during this time. I'm not going to take too much time on it because this is a love reading, but I feel like there might be like a lot of things opening up for you creatively. And it doesn't necessarily have to be like in terms of career, in terms of like a specific job. It can just be that you're just coming more into your own creativity during this time. Like from June to August is probably then going to be a way more creative time for you. Like maybe even finding yourself back into that. Okay, so if we do this around romantic love though. So we're starting with well-deserved reward. And if we're starting with committed, the committed Pisces. We're just going to wait with that for a bit. I just feel like there's something like, do you see we see three thingies here, right? And then you see a little piece. It's like a little piece has been broken off or has been, so this front thing here has been in two pieces and the final piece has been put down. So there's something that has fallen into place. So within this committed relationship, you've been working towards something and it's like a feeling of something is finally put in its place, falling into place. Finally, things are coming together is the feeling here. And like well-deserved reward, I just feel like you probably have worked towards this for some time. You've been wanting to see this result for some time. You've been wanting to see some sort of evidence at least that we are moving in the direction that you have so worked for. And together with stand up for what you believe in and have confidence, taking your power back, this is just a place, and it just as much there, like this person who's like really, like they're claiming their space, that we're coming into a place that's very solid, very confident in the committed relationship as Pisces. If there's been a missing link or a missing piece or something that you struggled with a little bit that hasn't come together, it's now coming together, and it brings a lot of confidence to both of you, to both you and your partner. I just feel like this is like it's a lift. You just said no, a lift is not. It's you don't say lift in English, do you? We're escalating. It's like the word around like we're escalating. We're rising up to a more solid foundation, a place within the relationship where things are getting more clear. I don't know if you necessarily have been unsure about your partner if you're in a committed relationship, but it's just something that has been a little bit of a conflict, or something has been taking some time to get into the right place. And now it's done. Like it's done, and it really has strengthened the relationship a lot. I just get this feeling that, sometimes when hardship is thrown at us, that certain relationships just don't last because we turn sort of towards each other, or like not towards, but against each other. So instead of helping each other, we tend to turn against each other. And whatever hardship is going on, like that puts a strain on their relationship, and it ends up like people separating. Whatever this has been that you've been working towards that is now finally falling into place or settling in, for you Pisces, that has actually strengthened the bond. So you're getting tighter. And then we have Ace of Gabriels, a gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration, the chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. It just puts you on such the right path. It opens up a lot of doors for you. It opens up a lot of opportunities for you as a couple. I just keep seeing this strengthening bond between you and your person. Like what doesn't kill you make you stronger. What doesn't separate you it has deepened the relationship, and it has made you stronger for it. Okay? We have darkest fears. I'm being brought there a little bit. I'm going to get to the single Pisces in a moment. This has brought up a lot of fears. And I feel like we're not now just moving into the fears. I feel like you have dealt with the fears. The fears is not, I don't feel like this is like 1, 2, 3 cards. This time around is like a reading with all of these cards on the table. And during this time period, during this time where you've been waiting for this thing to fall into place, you've been waiting to see some evidence of something, or like to see some sort of result moving forward, it has brought out a lot of fears. And I just feel like this situation needed to take place for the committed Pisces in order to elevate, escalate, elevate. I'm not too sure about these words. To just get to the next level, to just get to where you needed to be. There has been things that needed to come up, and you needed to address them and have them surface, if you will, and deal with them. And for you to do that, it has brought a lot of clarity, has brought a lot of depth to the relationship. Okay? But it's going to blossom big time. If we do singles here, I'd say that this is a time for you from June to October. It's a time for you that you maybe for the first time in a long time have a clear direction. It's something about like knowing your south from your north, east from west. It's like you're standing in the center of direction. I don't know how to explain that, or how to express that really. But it's like you're really clear on things. Maybe for the first time in a long time. Maybe you've been like a little bit back and forth. Not necessarily in relationships. It can be relationships as well. But it doesn't necessarily just have to be relationships. Maybe you've been a little bit back and forth on where to go right now. Maybe it has been a little bit of a confusing time for you, Pisces. That even can be like in relationships. Maybe you've been thinking about someone, but like it hasn't really gone anywhere. Maybe you even have dated some, but it hasn't really, nothing is really sticking, if you will. It's a situation where you have been a little bit out of clarity, maybe more in the question and more wondering where things are going, needing to solve certain things but now, well-deserved reward. I just feel like now you're coming into this clarifying moment where all the wherever you're where all the on where to go, like what direction in life to take here is becoming very apparent. And like kudos to you. Like you should have this is a well-deserved reward. You should have a reward for in the midst of whatever's been going on. It's almost like I don't know, there's a lot of things I just feel like there's a lot of things going on around you that has made you become clear on what you want. This is not necessarily yet about your love life. I'm just seeing that you have maybe been dabbling a little bit in the dating world, but nothing has really gone I shouldn't say gone your way, but like it hasn't been the person that you want to spend your time with. And it just feels like you needed to just find this clarity before we could even start to bring in this person. And so with this 7 of Gabriel, this is so much you about like working on your confidence, working on collecting yourself. I would say like this is something that I sort of compare to like gathering the pieces that you have shattered into the universe. I know that sounds really dramatic. I'm completely a nerd for 144, like that we're made up of 144 pieces. That goes back into religious scripts and all of that. And that's not really where I take it from, but I know that we can find it a little bit everywhere. We can find it in sacral geometry. We can find it in, anyway, long story short, that's a huge, huge side note, but it's still a side note. Collecting your pieces. So wherever you have like shattered yourself, where you haven't been fully you, is like you have taken time for you to sort of gather yourself, to collect yourself, to bring yourself into one whole piece. There's a lot of play on words there. So you've been collecting yourself, you've been gathering yourself, and there's to one whole piece. And so the piece is now there, and the confidence is being instilled in you, and you're coming more and more home within yourself. And I see this as the Empress. It's like almost like the Empress twice there. A little bit Emperor and Empress feel here. You just really come into your confidence, really come into understanding who you are. It's like, I don't know if you even had like some sort of epiphany or something that has been going on quite recently that has put you in a position to just really know thyself, like know yourself. To really know yourself and starting to really put one and one together. Like one and one makes two here, and maybe that's it. One and one makes two. You needed to come into this position first. You've also dealt with, before meeting a person, you've also dealt with your darkest fears, and this might even linger a little bit there for you, Pisces. You might not be fully out of this, that it goes a little bit back and forth. I feel I was actually just talking to this person just the other day. She was a little bit scared of her own thoughts. She got a little bit spooked that she was like going so far deep down in her emotions and in her thoughts, like into a really, really dark place. And she reached out and she was like, do I need to work? Like, I'm not planning on doing anything, but I'm getting really scared of my own thoughts. And I'm sort of revisiting a place that I thought I left for like such a long time ago. And she was like, and those thoughts are back, those emotions are back. I don't know what's going on. And I try to just explain that, and sorry if you feel like, where's my romantic story? Like, if you're here for romantic love, where is it? This is what needed to take place first. This is what you need to clear out first before we can attract this person. And so what I said to her was that I don't feel, and I feel the same thing for you here. I don't feel like you're all of a sudden moving. It's like you moved out of the place maybe before you were those dark fears, maybe before you were those dark emotions, and you have those heavier vibrations. But as you are elevating, we have this blossoming, we have this knowing exactly who you are. That's not someone who's depressed. That's not someone who's living in their fears. And so this is just, you have moved on and become quite light as a species. You become quite light as a person. And because you're that light, things that doesn't fit or match the now vibration or the now place that you're in needs to fall away. And one way that it falls away is through toxins, is through literally sweating, crying, peeing a lot, is literally shedding those things from the body. But it's also like emotions are like all of a sudden feels like almost like out of the blue coming up to the surface. Not because you are there again, like back there again. No, you're not. But they need to sort of come up to the surface and disappear. So the more we can like just acknowledge that they're there, allow them to be there, feel whatever you feel in the moment, and then let them go. They're going to disappear sooner than you think. And we have 2 9s here, 2 9s that then come into 2 9s and a 7. So both, like all of those 3 is like endings and wrapping things up and like done everything that you can in this previous cycle leading up to this place. And then we have Ace and 20, which is the 2.0 version of yourself, like leading up to a new place here. So you're wrapping this up, Pisces. So if anyone is out there feeling like they're going a little bit crazy, and so that it's also not a steady place of depression or a steady place of fears, you probably are going a little bit in a roller coaster feeling. Like one day you're up and then the next day you're down, or one morning you're up and the afternoon you're down, or vice versa. Like, what is going on? That is you releasing the lower vibrations. You can't really release a lower vibration, but that's you releasing the consequences, the things that has manifested in your body throughout the time when you were in the lower vibrations. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So I just feel like you have just really gone through a period of like cleansing yourself, collecting yourself. Can we clarify? It's a little bit of a... I know that my son was actually playing with these cards, and usually I'm gonna be completely honest here. Usually I go through every single deck before I start to shuffle. And I've done a personal reading before this reading, and I didn't even discover that 2 decks were actually mixed up here. I think a little guy had some fun here yesterday. So I'm going to just take a quick look at these cards to see what those are. Right, I haven't touched this deck at all. Those that were moved into, this is Aquarius. So there's a connection to Aquarius here. I just want to show you quickly. Believe and succeed. Dreams coming true. I need to show you these. New vitality. Master, which is all about like releasing your heart, letting yourself be free. Choose your battles. And seek, which is the meditation card, another number 9. So strong connection to Aquarius somehow, some way. That came into this deck here today. And from my previous reading using this deck, I haven't even seen those cards, but I did that now. So that must mean something. And I'm gonna have a chat with the little guy. Wow, there's something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you. A spiritual quest. Exactly. So this is very much for Pisces single. I feel like there's a little bit of a different story there for Pisces committed. For Pisces single, this has been a journey for you where you just have found yourself. You've gone on this journey to just, like I said, collect yourself and ready yourself and prepare yourself. I'll read that again. There's something better waiting for you. Do what you know is right for you, a spiritual quest. So this might even be when you have thought about certain people in your life, maybe thinking twice about someone. Should I be with them? Should I not be with them? And then realizing, no, you're better off. And I don't mean to like disrespect other people or like toss them around like they're nothing, but like just what works for you? What's the best thing for you? And whatever's best for you is also best for the person that you're dealing with. So this could be like a direct conversation for you, like about someone or about several people. Like, should I be with any one of those? There's someone better waiting. There's something better on the other end of this, okay? And then we come into the blossom stage for both committed and singles. We're going to clarify that. So can we get a little bit more information about the blossom there? For both committed and single, please. Four of Ariel. Ooh, new beginnings. Another number 20. And the World card. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. New beginnings and the World card. And Four of Ariel. This is just really, really beautiful. So we have 2. Talk about an upgrade. And I just want to say, I'm not saying that it hasn't happened if you're Pisces. If you're Pisces committed, you already live with a person. I'm not saying that things hasn't shifted for you as well. I'm just saying Pisces single, you've been through a journey for sure. There's been such an upgrade for you. that needed to take place in order for you to move on, I think, in any direction. That's why I feel like you're so centered now. You're so clear. This has been such a journey for you. I'm actually gonna continue there with the singles for a little bit and just say that this is a blossoming period. So I feel like you can be in any other of these parts that I just spoke about, that maybe you're living through like a little bit of a roller coaster situation, but you're coming out of it. You are coming out of it. And this is a period that is from June to October. So you can still be a little bit, like, it depends on where you are on your journey. But just know that there's going to be a blossoming stage. The 2.0 version of you twice, is coming out, which is like there's a huge upgrade within yourself, which allows for all of this blossoming, all of this expression, all of this expansion to take place within yourself. And therefore, that's going to start to manifest on the outside as well. It's going to lead to these beautiful new beginnings where starting a new life, finding your purpose, a forgiving and compassionate review of the past, with a very happy ending, the World card, a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. There's a lot of the spiritual path has probably been very, very important to you. And the World card is all about like wrapping up the old cycle, wrapping up the old life, wrapping up the old you. We have a double new beginning. We have 2.0, 20 come out twice, and we have the new beginning there. And the World card, which is also about new beginnings, but a little bit more focused on what we're wrapping up. Like we're leaving that part behind now. And like it's a very happy ending. You're so happy you're done with it. Like, let's move on. And coming into this 4 of Ariel, which is very much about like coming from your heart, starting over, laying a new foundation, building your life from a solid ground up. And I just want to show you, that's the second time that we have like a full treasure chest with money, with gold coins. Look at that. If we pay attention, there's a lot of money. Lots of money. It's so much money you can't even close that treasure chest. And it's a treasure chest you like take with you, like you're taking this with you. You have gathered a lot of money there, or you're about to gather a lot of money, Pisces. And so I just feel like you have rebuilt yourself and starting fresh. I have to be honest here. This is a romantic love reading. I know, Pisces, and don't shoot the messenger. I just feel like now you're ready. I'm not getting really about the person who's coming in. I'm not getting the essence of the person even, but I'm getting there's a promise of this new person. There's a promise that there is something better, but we have been so focused on getting Pisces to what you needed to be to meet them. And that might still be going on, like from June to October, that might be a thing that goes on. And you know what, even if you're impatient, maybe you're not. Maybe you're not impatient. Maybe you're completely fine with this. You're like, I know I so needed to go on this journey. To just know that, you're preparing yourself for the very best match that's ever out there. And rather than please hurry and get something that won't stand the test of time, or that you're not just supposed to be with. There's something better, and it's worth the wait. And what is it that we're waiting on? We're waiting on Pisces to just be coming in fully more into yourself and just really realizing your full potential there. If we go back there a little bit to the committed, I feel like this thing, that thing you've been waiting on, that has settled in, that has started to show evidence in your life, that has made you grow stronger. This can even be a pregnancy, that we have fought and fought and fought to get pregnant. And sometimes that just drives people apart. Like, it's just too tough. It brings such a, people become depressed, and no wonder. And it just drives people apart. But this has seemed to just really have you guys come together for what it doesn't necessarily have to be a pregnancy, but for some of you guys it is a pregnancy that has been so tough, and all of a sudden there it is, you're pregnant. and it's blossoming, it's happening, and it brings so much joy. If it's not a pregnancy, this is the thing you've been waiting for. The whatever was such a challenge that it didn't kill you, it made you stronger, has fallen into place, has settled in, and is now taking off. It's like creating momentum, it's blossoming, and it creates this new beginning. For some of you, this is now we're expanding our family. We're getting more people in the family. We're expanding business. We're expanding our lives. Like there's a new beginning there, and you're wrapping up the old. You're wrapping up the old. And you're so happy it's over. Like that hard part of this time period for you is over. And you're so looking forward to the new. And this is just creating this beautiful life for yourself. There's a lot of, I don't know, it's a lot of focus on balancing everything in your life as well. You give as much as you receive. And that's going to be something a little bit to watch, that you don't get like that you don't hold on too much to. If there's recently big money that has come in, to not like hold on to them and feel like that's like, oh, we can't, please hold on to it. Like that's going to become that's going to become something. It's just something to watch a little bit, so that you don't start to feel like you have to clamp up around this money. There needs to be an ebb and flow, or a give and receive in that as well. Or just whatever this is, like to just create balance in your life. And I just feel like you're starting to create a really new, beautiful foundation there with the blossoming. Okay? This is way longer than all the other signs. I really, really, really love this reading. People are coming home to themselves and really creating a lot of change. I see snake there now, which is all about change and transformation. I love this. Okay. That's what I have for you, beautiful Pisces. Thank you so much for watching. If you want a reading with me, please send me a message. Take care, guys.